Hello and welcome to my first solo video for Tom and Matt Take On. This time I'm going to be talking about 3 sports cards I've got my eyes on, and they're going to be a bit different, I hope. A lot of people are talking about your Messi's, Ronaldo's, Mbappe, those kind of guys, Pulisic, but they're rocketing in price, and I'm not one who's got that kind of money to invest in soccer cards at the moment. So I thought I'd pick out 3 that I've kind of done some research around and think are a reasonable price that you could still get in on at the moment. So first up, I'm going to start with a guy you've probably heard kind of pulled out before on other videos, and that is Phil Foden. Phil Foden, it's his rated rookie card. This isn't the optic, this is just a plain Donruss, so, you know, it's not a fancy card too much. Why I like Phil Foden is he's at one of the best clubs in the UK, at Manchester City. He's only 20 years old. He's had 41 appearances for Man City and scored 6 goals. And Pep Guardiola called him a special player. Now, he might just be trying to massage his ego or what have you, but I do think, having seen him play for the under-21s, England under-21s, and seen him play for Man City, I do think he's a very special talent and someone who, going into the England squad and Man City squad, will be there for a long time to come. So I can only see his value going up as the hobby booms. He's also, between England under-16s and under-21s, played 50 games and scored 19 goals. So quite a good rate, really, for an attacking midfielder. And yeah, definitely one to watch. That's pick number 1, Phil Foden's rated rookie Donruss card. I picked him up for about £18 plus postage on eBay. So if you can get it from between £15 and £20, I think that's a good buy. Next up is another card, but a bit of an odd one. This is Josh Sargent, who plays for Werder Bremen, but also is in the USA national team. So the reason I picked him is because the hobby, is huge in the US. And I think that's the reason Pulisic is demanding such a high price at the moment. He's a good player, don't get me wrong, but he's not that kind of price good player in terms of cards. So I kind of did some research into who else could be potentially coming through the Americas squad, and there's quite a few players. There's some good talent coming through. But Josh, you know, I've got a lot of stats about him. He's only player to have played in the under-17s, under-20 and men's national team within 1 calendar year for the USA. That's the only player to have ever done it. He has had 7 goals in 12 games for Werder Bremen's reserve team. Not so great for their main team, 6 in 38 since 2018, but they have been fighting against relegation this season. They're hoping to push for top half of the table next season, so you would expect them to bring in some support for him as an attacking player. For the men's national team, 25 in 44 games for the under-17s. So a brilliant rate there. And 5 in 12 for the senior team, for the men's national team from 2018. So not many games, but some good stats there to make him a promising prospect for the future. And a lot of the talk online, so I had to do a lot of research around this guy because I don't know the US men's team too well. And a lot of the talk online is about him and this other guy potentially being the replacement for their current main striker, Josie Altidore, who, as a Hull fan, I am very much aware of. But this other guy that they're comparing him with is probably I think he was about 26, 27. I forgot the guy's name, but I'm looking at this card. It's his rated rookie. He's wearing, it's for the US. And the World Cup is going to be hosted by America and Canada and Mexico. America in 2026. So the eyes on soccer over there is going to be absolutely huge. Strikers demand a higher price generally across the hobby. And if he's their main striker going into that competition with Pulisic on the wing or whatever, he's going to be demanding such a high price, and there's a good few years for him to develop between now and then. He'll be in his prime, you know, in 6 years' time, he's going to be well in his prime, and you would hope that he's in there. It's a bit more of a punt, but yeah, I think he's a really interesting one to look at. I picked his card up, I believe, for under £1 each, and I think you could probably get them cheaper if you did some more digging, but I got 4 of them. So, you know, I'm not a huge spender when it comes to the cards at the moment, but I'm spending a bit, and I think these are some good bargains. Number 3 isn't actually a card, it is a sticker. And I think what's happening with cards is going to happen with stickers, because cards is predominantly an American thing, and stickers has been a very much UK, European thing for a much longer period of time. You know, we're looking at 2014 since the first release of the major cards. Stickers go way further back. But this one's a little bit risky because it is a 2014 sticker, and it's for the World Cup. So we do have the Prizm cards for any players, but I don't believe there's one for this guy, and that is Kevin De Bruyne. Kevin De Bruyne's World Cup Brazil sticker, number 575. What can I say? KDB, massive player, huge player. He's just been crowned player of the season and playmaker of the season for the English Premier League. He's 29 years old, so he's coming towards probably the back end of his career at the moment, but it's undeniable his talent. That was his first World Cup, the first sticker I can make out. And he's got the Euros coming up next year, which have been postponed. And if he can perform at them and take Belgium to a title, well, who knows what'll happen with the increase in price of stickers that I'm expecting, and an increase in his card price. We've seen some interest in some different players at the moment, and Kevin's one of them. Kevin De Bruyne is definitely one of them. And again, I picked that up, I think, for about £1 a sticker. Got a couple of them, and I'm looking to get my hands on quite a few more of them, because I think they'll definitely be worth quite a lot going forward. As I say, these are not the stickers I think and cards that I think are going to be worth, you know, thousands and thousands and thousands of pounds in the future, the top, you know, grossing stickers. But I think you'll see a good return on these, because with the hobby growing, I think these players are in a good position to capitalise on that. Kevin De Bruyne, already a proven player. Phil Foden has got to be one of the players of the future, like his career so far. And Josh, a bit more risky, but that US connection, you know, I just couldn't resist him. I've got other cards in my collection, but I just thought I'd pull out 3 slightly different things that I'm looking at to try and give you guys a little bit of food for thought. Everyone's talking about your Mbappe, Ronaldo, Neymar, Messi, but you can't all afford them, especially not when you're starting out. And there's 2 things that I picked up for about £1, so definitely affordable and an easy way to get into the hobby. Let me know in the comments what you think about that. I'd love to hear what you're buying. I'd love to hear what your thoughts on them 3 are. If you've purchased any of them, what price did you get them at? Where do you see them going in the future? All that kind of stuff. We'd love to hear that. And yeah, anything else you'd like me and Tom to take on? Here are take on as a challenge, whatever that might be, whatever your interpretation of that is. Do let us know. We're open to suggestions, and we hope you're enjoying this channel so far. If you want to see more stuff like this, then hit like on this video, especially if you want to hear more soccer card stuff, sports cards. And if you want to see more me and Tom just giving our views on things and showing what we're up to, then make sure to subscribe, and we'll be bringing more of that your way, and you'll be the first to hear about it. So yeah, thanks for tuning in today. Hopefully this has given you some food for thought when it comes to the sports card market.